Richard, why don't we start with you, just narrating a short passage in the voice that you use for this particular project.
Well, I'm doing a variation on the wizard voice I have used many times, ripped totally off of Harry Potter. The wizard being, Harry, so good to see you, Harry. I gave your parents their wands. And a variation on that is basically that I'm using as the narrator is once upon a time in the 100-acre wood there lived a bear named Edward the Bear and Winnie the Pooh. So that's
Bravo, bravo. Trenton, let's get to you. And everybody, Trenton is Piglet.
Yes. And so I have a very short little bit here that I just thought was really funny. So I'll mimic some other voices that I don't do just to be able to tell this little snippet, but it's "My dear Pooh," said Owl in his superior way, "don't you know what an ambush is?" "Owl," said Piglet, looking round at him severely, "Pooh's whisper was a perfectly private whisper, and there was no need—" "An ambush," said Owl, "is a sort of surprise." "So is a gorse bush sometimes," said Pooh. "An ambush, as I was about to explain to Pooh," said Piglet, "is a sort of surprise." "If people jump out at you suddenly, that's an ambush," said Owl. "It's an ambush, Pooh, when people jump out at you suddenly," explained Piglet. Pooh, who now knew what an ambush was, said that a gorse bush had sprung at him suddenly one day when he fell off a tree, and he had taken 6 days to get all the prickles out of himself. That's all.
Beautiful, beautiful. Mike, how about you?
So I am Eeyore. Let's bring over Eeyore here. Yeah, Eeyore lost his tail, quite sadly. Let's see. "Let's have a look," said Eeyore, and he turned slowly around to the place where his tail had been a little while ago, and then finding that he couldn't catch it up, he turned around the other way until he came back to where he was at first, and then he put his head down and looked between his front legs, and at last he said with a long, sad sigh, "I believe you're right." "Of course I'm right," said Pooh. "That accounts for a good deal," said Eeyore gloomily. "It explains everything. No wonder." "You must have left it somewhere," said Winnie the Pooh. "Somebody must have taken it," said Eeyore. "How like them," he added after a long silence. And that's Eeyore.
Wonderful,
that's
wonderful.
great.
I can imagine Eeyore living in the corporate world as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
poor Eeyore.
Chris, Rabbit, hit it.
Rabbit. Well, let's see. He's often in conversation here, so let me just pull this through. "It is you. Glad to see you." And then Pooh says, "Who did you think it was?" "Well, sure. You know how it is in the forest. One can. Let's see. I'm sorry. One can't have anybody, just anyone, coming into their house. One has to be careful." Um,
Thanks, Chris. That's great. I
yeah,
mean,
I usually have my braille display, and
yeah,
I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do it with a screen reader, and it's a little different.
it's a little harder,
So
yes.
yeah,
Got
sorry
it.
about that.
But Matt, you can see why, we've got this collection
Uh,
of great voice actors.
it's going to be such a treat. And Richard, I do want to give you a chance to tell our viewers uh, what they can do to support this project and approximately when they can access it.
Yeah, the main thing is to go to imaginationvideobooks, plural, .org. And imaginationvideobooks.org, we talk about the Winnie the Pooh project. We'll be doing a Kickstarter starting April 19th for 30 days to help us raise money to pay the blind voice actors, the audio editors, the video editors, everybody, the people who write the audio description, everybody involved in the project. We're going to raise money specifically for this project to make Winnie the Pooh accessible to all children. And we're going to do a video version, an audiobook version, a podcast version, and we're going to publish a book in paperback and ebook format that includes the descriptions the same way we include them in the audio and video presentations. So all they need to do is go to imaginationvideobooks.org and you can learn all about us. You can support a specific book if you want to sponsor a book. We have a page on our site where you can pick a book out that you like, that you would like to donate to sponsor. And we're going to have lots of prizes in this Kickstarter, including some personalized messages from Winnie the Pooh and sponsorships where kids and grandkids' pictures will be used at the beginning of a video, sponsoring chapter 1, brought to you by Timmy. So we have a lot of wonderful rewards for people who pledge at the Kickstarter starting April 19th, and the information will be on our website.
Fantastic. And I do want to send a reminder to people who, like many of us in the performance industry, are always looking for ways to reduce the income tax that they have to pay. When you donate to an organization, and do check about this with your accountant and your bookkeeper, but when you donate to an org, that is something that has a high potential of being something that you can use to reduce your income tax. So,
yep, it's a nonprofit, and you get a charitable deduction in most cases, and we provide a receipt for that purpose too.
yeah, and it's a total win all around, and that's one of the things I really appreciate about Richard. Richard is in it for the win it for everybody. Folks, thank you so much for joining me today. I like to close my my videos and my talks with a simple thing, which is thank you very much. I hope that my voice and your ears meet again real soon. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Matt. Thanks, everybody.